Alright, welcome one and all to my bit of a time lapse here of working on this one logo I was doing for a friend. Now this isn't going to be all of it, but this video is going to be about 10 minutes long here. It was originally, this whole video here was originally 2 hours and 8 minutes long, so this is that amount of work. So I'm just going to be kind of talking about what I'm doing here. You can see I already, like, what I was trying to do was I was trying to give back those pieces I deleted on the bottom left there, but I couldn't go back far enough, so I just used the eraser and left it. Here I was trying to make of course the scanned picture more visible, and then I was just figuring, whatever, I'll just leave it and start doing the lines. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just using the pen tool, just trying to trace over these lines. I haven't used Photoshop in ages, so I was still kind of getting used to it for the majority of working on this. So yeah, you can see I was figuring out how best to stroke the lines there. You can see I got that there. Wasn't really happy with it though, so I changed the color to keep my eyes from being destroyed, since that red was really a little bright and not the best to look at. You can see I'm trying to get a little more round, and then I think, oh hey, maybe I could just use the ellipse tool. But I don't really know how to use that, so I quickly decided to go back to the line method here and just kind of eye it to make it look decent. I was matching the lines with the drawing there for a second, because you can see they're not really matching here, but I felt like the lines that I was making were better, so I just went ahead and eyed it on my own, away from the scanned image, which I drew a little while back. So you can see I'm just making the lines with the pen tool again here for the line shading. Now I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to keep that later on. I know I do through the length of this video, but I'm still not done with this project. I actually haven't gotten to work on it since I did this video, so all the work I have done on this is in this video here. So you can see I was kind of going over this pop filter and the microphone here with the brush. I do have a tablet. I have an old, like 10+ year old Wacom Graphire wireless tablet, and it still works pretty decently, but there are some parts, there's like a section in the middle of it that doesn't really register very well. So unfortunately, like when I work in the middle of the screen, see how I moved it over to the side here? That was because of that issue. I'm hoping to avoid it as much as possible by working on the side of the screen. So I worked on the side of the tablets. Sorry, I got a phone call there. It's nobody I know though, so not picking that up. So just working on the top of the mic stand here. Now you'll see me work on these lines like this throughout this video, because I really just don't have very much knowledge on how better to do it at the moment. So yeah, that was what took the most time, really. I mean, you can probably tell here, just kind of positioning things closer to my original. And then at this point, I was actually looking at my actual mic stand for the microphone I'm using right now, in fact, and I was like bending down in my chair trying to like look at it with this perspective that I was going for in the picture here. and kind of going off of that to work on this. Basically, I was just trying to keep these lines as clean as possible while I made this initially, so I didn't have to, sorry, my phone again, didn't have to worry about it later on as much, because I knew it was going to be a decent amount of work anyways later on. So I just figured, whatever, I'll just work on it, keep them tight for now. And so this is at this point I had a lot of trouble with this right here. I was trying to skew the microphone since I had an off perspective on it, but I just didn't remember how to actually use the transform. And you can see I found the skew, but it didn't actually do anything. So I decided to copy it, and I finally figured it out. I copied it to a new layer just in case, and then I was figuring out where the original was and how to delete that and then bring the other one in. So you can see I kind of straightened it out, made it more level. And then I'm just kind of, at this point I was like, well, it's off from the original anyways now that I straightened it up, so I'm just gonna work on the rest of this from my head. So I don't have two screens. I do have another monitor, but my friend's using it, so yeah, I all the reference I look at, you'll be able to see. So this is all just line work here. Of course, just trying to get these closer to what I wanted them to be. Sorry that I'm really monotone and droll right now, because it's early and I'm just getting this done before I have to go to work. So, and I just felt like doing a time lapse of working on this, since I've been wanting to do this for a little bit recently, and I finally went and did it. So, or worked on it rather. And you can tell that all that area was kind of off, so I decided to start redoing all these lines here, make them a little better looking. Still just touching up these lines. Definitely wound up doing a lot of this. Started putting in some of the shading lines, and then I decided, oh yeah, that's right, I should do this on a separate layer. So, but first I decided to work on these music notes here. So got those, copied them out, and was trying to rotate them, and then figured out, oh, there's a much easier way to do that. So got those set up like that. So I was like, alright, leave that for later. So, and I originally, if you remember, if you look in the earlier part of the video, I had the wire from the XLR cable to the mic here just going straight down and kind of curving to the side, and I decided, oh, it'd be cool if it was wrapping around the mic stands. So I was like, all right, well, let's do that. So I just kind of freehanded this in, and obviously kind of played with how I wanted it to look a couple of times here at the bottom, and then much line straightening and defining continued, and it took a while on that. I really gotta get a better way of doing this. I'm not the best with the pen tool yet, so I feel like that's probably a lot faster. But yeah, that was part 1. Feel free to leave any comments, and thanks for watching. See you in the next part.